What's going on, everyone? Homework assignment 91. Today's objective, I can find and compare experimental and theoretical probabilities. Probability. I was missing an L. Theoretical probability is what should occur when conducting a probability experiment. For example, if I flip a coin, there's 50% chance that I will get a heads, 50% chance that I will land on tails. Experimental probability is what actually occurs during an experiment. So if I flip a coin 10 times, theoretically, I'll get 5 heads and 5 tails. But experimental, that could change. All right, so we're just going to take a look at the two different types of probabilities that we'll deal with. What happens when we theorize, what happens when we actually do the experiment. All right, so we'll take a look at just these two. The table shows the results of an experiment in which a number cube was rolled. All right, so a number cube, when we say number cube, we mean a die, and a die has 6 sides. Find the experimental probability of rolling a 6 for this experiment. Then compare the experimental probability with the theoretical probability. All right, so we take a look at what's going on. Let's first deal with the experimental. Let's deal with the theoretical. All right, so theoretically, the probability of rolling a 6 is going to be 1/6, or I believe that's 17%. 1 divided by 6. Yeah, it's about 17%. But let's see experimentally, what's the probability of rolling a 6? Probability of rolling a 6 experimentally, looks like we rolled a 6 6 times out of how many times total? 4 and 6 is 10, 12, 20, 23, 29. 6 over 29. Which is about 0.21 or 21%. So theoretically, we should roll a 6 17% of the time, but experimentally, we seem to have rolled it 21% of the time. That's just what happens, and when we conduct experiments, things aren't going to be exact, but they're going to be roughly close. So, 6, 17%, 21%, pretty close to each other. So in most cases, odds are our experimental value is going to be awfully close to our theoretical value. Same thing, we're going to find the experimental probability of rolling a 4 for the experiment above, and we're going to compare it to the theoretical probability. Well, same deal. So theoretically, if I roll a 4, there's a 1 in 6 chance that that'll happen, which is 17%. And experimentally, what happened, I'll do that in red actually. Experimentally, the probability of rolling a 4, 4 we rolled 8 times, so it's going to be 8 over 29, which is about 20.28, which is about 28%. So it's higher. It's definitely greater. But odds are, or statistically, or theoretically, I should say, the more rolls we do, the closer we'll probably get toward that theoretical probability. All right, we'll leave it at that today. Check out the practice problems where you're working on finding theoretical and experimental probability, and we'll continue on Monday. See you then.